Hi.
Hi.
You haven't changed a bit. I'm sorry you have to see me in such a sorry state.
You don't think it was sorry state to me.
Really? Well, that's good. I wouldn't want to affect your image of me. I didn't talk to you on the train because I knew you and I would get to talk alone here. Worth waiting for, don't you think? You seem to have a lot to ask me.
What did she say?
Elio said he foresaw 3 questions, but they would be the same in essence. If I were to hear one of them, I would then tell you the objective of this trip in all its detail. Since you asked one of the 3 questions, it means everything is going smoothly. Are you ready to hear my answer?
Right.
Xianzhou's Stellaron problem is not directly linked to us. But if you look at it from Elio's perspective, you can't say the Stellaron Hunters are completely innocent. We foresaw all this long ago, but chose to remain indifferent until the time was right for us to get involved. Diviner Fu was surprised because she discovered 3 truths. 1. The Stellaron Hunters are not enemies of the Xianzhou. You know this now, though you refuse to believe it. 2. Someone else brought the Stellaron into the Xianzhou and activated it. A result of both internal unrest and external aggression. Traitors on the Luofu and enemies from outside want to overthrow the Xianzhou. The Master Diviner is in a hurry to find the General, presumably to inform him of this fact. However, that's all the Master Diviner knows, because Elio withheld key pieces of information from me. He foresaw the Divination Commission using the Matrix of Prescience against me. To guard against setbacks, he ensured that I knew only what he wanted the Xianzhou Alliance to know in this moment.
I knew he reminded me.
As for number 3, even in their wildest dreams, the Xianzhou Alliance could never have guessed it. If the Stellaron Hunters aren't the cause of all this, then why are Blady and I even here? We're here for you. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't
They
it?
glance at her chest.
It's no wonder Fu Xuan doesn't believe it either. But the Matrix of Prescience doesn't lie. The answer is just that bizarre. The Stellaron Hunters appearing here, Blady getting arrested, me being lured to the Matrix of Prescience. It was all to bring you, the Astral Express crew, to the Xianzhou.
Oh, they want the crew.
In the future that Elio chose, the power of the hunt is indispensable. And that's why the Astral Express crew had to come to the Luofu and achieve something important for the Xianzhou. You had to establish a connection with the Alliance. And that's why I had to trick you into coming here. I needed you to meet the Luofu's general in person and to help him resolve the Stellaron crisis. I needed the Alliance to owe you a favor. That way, in the future, at the most critical moment, the Xianzhou will offer you their help. What do you think? Surprised? The
Not really.
notorious Stellaron Hunters did all that just to make you a hero of the Xianzhou? Quite the plot twist, don't you think?
No, I mean, that's kind of the point. Now, what is this future? He said he chose a future? How many futures are there?
Like I said, Elio withheld key pieces of information from me. The future holds endless possibilities.
Elio, isn't that
Knowing
Anew?
the right thing at the wrong time could spoil all our hard work. There is only one thing I can tell you about the future. In the best and the worst cases, you will eventually have to face Nanook, the destruction. And when that time comes, you will need all the help you can get. It will be a brutal struggle of Ionic proportions.
Cool.
Proportions that neither you, nor I, nor the Astral Express will ever be able to reach. In the vast majority of futures, that's when destiny ends. But if we follow Elio's plan, there may be a glimmer of hope on the horizon. And, you know, even eons can be killed.
That's crazy. So, aren't all eons on equal power level, which is why they can't super ride over each other? Oh, the other end of the loaf. Great.
Hey, Luocha. You didn't finish telling us about the propagation. Keep going, it's interesting. So, eons can die, huh? Weird. I thought they were invincible.
There is no true invincibility or immortality in the world. Such exaggerations are born of the perspectives of ordinary beings. Nonetheless, ordinary beings could not have orchestrated the fall of the propagation. That eon was slain at the hands of another eon.
I don't understand. They're all eons. Why do they want to fight?
Are you really from the Xianzhou? Other eons aside, surely you must know the story of Lan and Yaoshe. Isn't destroying the Eon Yaoshe the Alliance's cherished aim?
Of course I know. Well, I know a little. My mom made me practice with swords all day. I didn't really go to school.
In that case, let's just change the
Oh,
subject.
so when she said she didn't read characters, she really can't read
If you
or
don't know about
write.
the feud between the Hunt and the Abundance, I'm afraid there's just too much to explain.
She really can't read.
Fine. How's this for a subject? What's in the box?
An Aeon corpse.
Oh, this one? It's a casket, more commonly known as a coffin. It's for containing the remains of the deceased.
The deceased? Aren't you a merchant?
Merchant of Death.
Yes, indeed. This is just part of my job. I was asked to deliver this coffin to the Xianzhou. I'd quite forgotten. For long life species, death is probably a distant concept.
Nope. The Cloud Knights spend a lot of time on the battlefield. Death is a common occurrence.
What battlefield?
It's just, we don't put bodies in boxes. Coffins. In the Xianzhou, people go to the Hall of Karma in the Ten Lords Commission and consecrate the names and jade abacuses of the dead. It's our way of saying goodbye. The Foxians and the Videodora have their own ceremonies. Foxian soldiers place their dead in star skiffs and then let them drift out into the stars. They call it the returning. As for the Videodora, they're more mysterious. They say that when a Videodora is very old or has a fatal injury, they turn into an egg that looks like a pearl. When the shell breaks, they come out looking young again. My mom calls the Videodora long scions. When I was young, she told me stories of how the Videodora could turn into dragons. I don't know if that's true. What do you know? Silent but deadly speaks.
Your mother is right. The Videodora are long scions. They are descendants of the Eon of Permanence. That was why some, but not all, could turn into dragons. The power was a rare inheritance, passed down only to those who could successfully complete numerous rites and challenges. for the inheritor, it was hard to say whether it was a blessing or a curse.
Ah, I've heard the story of Long the Permanents and their descendants. Many myths and legends praise the Eon for a rich and immortal life. But for some reason, the Eon disappeared among the stars without a trace. Almost as if they had never existed, leaving only their descendants. Every life has its limit. Even the Eons are not truly immortal and will eventually reach the end of their lives.
You know, like that Eon he has in that fucking coffin.
Let me ask you one more question. Do you know the person in the coffin?
Yes.
Friend?
No.
So, a sweetheart?
Miss, whatever gave you that impression? The individual in the coffin is neither friend nor relative. We met only once. By chance, I made someone a promise, and so I have to run this errand. Let's leave it at that, shall we? I think we've all had enough rest.
We've had enough of us. Interesting. I'm telling you, he's bringing the name Preservation Eon's Corpse, or not the Preservation Eon's Corpse, an Aeon's Corpse, bro. I'm telling you.
Aura struck.
It looks like someone's hurt.
Wait!
Nope, nope. You good, bro?
Silent but deadly. Locha, let's charge in together. If we take them out quickly, we can rescue the girl.
What happened to us letting you handle it?
Well, you
I've
know,
only got 2 hands. Please, I'll wrangle you a prize for your bravery or something when it's all over.
Enough. Let's go.
let's hurry and save the girl before she gets fucking ripped.
Fighting is meaningless.
You!
Youch! Youch! Youch!
Hands hurt.
Welcome back to the fight, buddy.
Let me through.
Nothing major. The dead return!
I've no interest in
There's gotta be
conflict.
something.
Want to see what I can do? This.
You said the dead return? Yeah.
I'll receive divinity.
What the hell was
Repay.
that? What the hell is that, bro?
The truth of life in this sanctuary is but a vision.
Like, below a whole straight in his heart.
Miss, are you okay? What do you think?
I don't know, we fucked those guys up and you're still standing.
Sorry, I didn't see any blood, so I thought you were okay. You're a puppet.
Yeah, why did Shogun puppet?
My motor is broken. I can't move.
Wait, automatrons.
Are you a Cloud Knight? Good. Take me to the Realm Keeping Commission.
Her voice pitch. Is that the same voice back as right here?
Silent but deadly. I'm afraid we have to delay things again. This lady is one of the judges of the Ten Lords Commission. As a Cloud Knight, I must prioritize her
Nope.
orders.
Not against one of the fucking 10
I'm
lords.
sorry. If I'd known, I wouldn't have got you to come with me. You'd probably be there by now if you'd gone by yourself.
I happen to have some medical knowledge. Perhaps I can treat the young lady's injuries?
How about mechanical knowledge?
Well, it's just... she's a puppet. I think we should just take her to the Realm Keeping Commission.
Don't worry, Miss Fu Xuan. Leave it to me. You might get an aching or numbing sensation, but it shouldn't be too painful. Do you think you can hold still?
It won't work. My body is mechanical, not flesh and blood.
Be it mechanical or organic, we're still dealing with composite substances. I just hope you'll tolerate my methods.
Curious.
Real doctor can fix robot, or
What kind of medical knowledge is this?
something you can't learn on the
Abundance.
Fu.
Very good.
It's not
We,
bad though.
No longer need to return to the Realm Keeping Commission. The mission continues.
She looks like Sela's demon.
As a
form.
judge in the employ of the Ten Lords Commission, I am forbidden from interfering in the affairs of outsiders. However, seeing as you came to my aid, a word of advice. Leave as soon as possible. I came to address the root of our crisis by arresting a fugitive, a Stellaron Hunter. This villain possesses exceptional swordsmanship and wields a divine weapon. They are extremely dangerous.
Is it one of the 10 lords? A robot?
If it hadn't been for a strange accident, my wakespan might have been cut short.
Strange accident?
Come with me.
Alright, 10 lord robot, let's go. Sweet, bro. We met one of the 10 lords. We go to the other 9.
I've
What
never
is,
seen anything like it.
Qingsha from fucking Qingsha. The Star Jades of Leo have we got. Ningguang, Keqing, Uncle Tian.
You know-
We met 3 out of the.
Even
None.
eons can be killed.
We keep hearing that. Humans don't have that power.
That's right. It would be impossible for a human. But then, I didn't bring humans into the picture, did I?
But you should.
Lon the Permanence, Drilla the Beauty, Anna the Order, Taseront the Propagation, Akivili the Trailblaze. These names were once known all over the universe. Now they've all but disappeared, leaving behind only masterless paths. And currently, there are 3 ways an eon can perish known to humanity. 1. Paths with overlapping concepts will eventually collide, and the broader path will engulf the narrower one. That's how Anna the Order was assimilated by Xipe the Harmony. 2. In a war between eons, the stronger side will annihilate the weaker one. That's how Taseront the Propagation fell. Under the guidance of the Hunt, the Xianzhou Alliance travels the universe exterminating abominations cultivated by the Abundance.
There's an Aeon War.
So, the Xianzhou too are engaged in this process.
And how did Akivili die?
I don't know. Akavili's disappearance was very mysterious. Noose is probably the only one that can answer that question. After all, Droid Head knows everything. What do you think?
Because it induces the
Fascinating
path of
stories,
ruination.
no?
And March is like, oh, we never heard about Nuce's
They're the
on
kind of stories that folks on the
Heard
straight
of Station.
and narrow
Heard of
would
Follows
never
Organization.
tell you.
What about the third one? They fade from obscurity.
Hold on. Any minute now. It's begun. Let's go, Blady. 2 more places to visit.
Did Kafka escape? How are we gonna explain this to the Master Diviner?
She should have foresaw it.
If what she said is true, we won't have to explain anything.
Yeah, she would have known.
Hey, did she brainwash you?
Oh, you idiot. She can see the future, and her escaping was a part of her plan in her mind. Damn, March, you're a fucking idiot. Hang on, stand by. Okay. Oh, whoops. I can walk into it. Hello? Poor taste. Yeah, why can't March put 2 and 2 together? This will help us later in the story. I'd rather do it now than deal with it later. Great. I'm pretty sure you saw that giant whatever the fuck just sprout.
Wasn't this the dead tree Qingque showed us earlier? How did it grow all of a sudden?
Miracle girl.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Even the long-lived might not witness something like this in their lifetime. I'm so lucky.
Oh right, well, there goes your calm and cool demeanor. Someone finds strong fertilizer.
Such extraordinary energy. It's the Stellaron.
Mr. Yang, do you mean the Stellaron is making the ambrosial arbor grow?
Yes, the Stellaron the Cloud Knights are searching for must be causing this anomaly.
Uh-oh, a dead tree brought back to life? I think that Stellaron might be a Stellaron of abundance. Which isn't exactly something they include though. Able to bring back the legendary tree from the dead. You see that tree grow, bro? That's not good. Yeah, General, we got a problem.
Unless Kafka deceived the Matrix of Prescience.
Stay calm, Diviner Fu. The Matrix of Prescience does not lie. The logic you have laid out concerning Kafka makes sense. It has helped me to fill in another piece of the puzzle. I agree there is a hostile external force at work on the Luofu. The Stellaron didn't appear out of thin air. Someone managed to sneak it onto the ship. As for the culprits behind the Luofu's internal strife, I believe we are dealing with the so-called disciples of Sanctus Medicus. That shadowy organization of the denizens of abundance. Kafka's revelations confirm my suspicions.
Perfect, now use your machine to find all of them.
General, when did you have these suspicions?
The moment the planter of the Stellaron revealed himself. The Xianzhou has the blessing of the Rainbow Arbiter, and only another Eon's Emanator would be capable of sneaking onto this ship without my knowing. We are dealing with an external threat. The Stellaron corrosion continues to flood into the ship, and yet it bypassed both the seat of divine foresight and the shackling prison. There is forethought here. Our enemy must have had access to Luofu intelligence for things to unfold in this way. It is evident now. The Stellaron Hunters aren't the ones behind the curtain. No. As soon as I set eyes on Blade, it was clear to me. But why is he here? And why did he draw the Astral Express? That piece of the puzzle still eludes me. Nevertheless, Lady Fu, your intel means the puzzle is more complete than it was before. These Stellaron Hunters are a captivating group. Such lengths to get the Xianzhou and the Express onto the same track. Who would have believed it?
General, we must retain all urgency. The ambrosial arbor.
It's the Stellaron. No need to search high and low. The traders have planted it in the ambrosial arbor's delve, thereby causing the tree to grow once again. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus couldn't hold off any longer.
Every crisis is a turning point. A problem is easier to resolve when you know where it lies. Am I coming up with a plan again?
Of course. I'm sure you have a countermeasure at the ready, Master Diviner.
From my perspective, convening the Cloud Knights is our immediate priority. We must head into the roots of the Ambrosial Arbor, expel the Stellaron spirits, and prevent the Arbor's resurrection.
As ever, the Master Diviner's omniscia provides for the fastest solution. However, sometimes speed is not everything. I have known the Stellaron's location for a while now. So why have I held back our forces?
General,
Well,
you're a scoundrel.
pulling up the grass requires removing the roots. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus have chosen to make their move now, which means the Cloud Knights have the situation under control and the traders have run out of patience. Now is the time to capture them all in one fell swoop.
You've been sitting on that this whole time? How will you justify the losses if something goes wrong, General?
Please, Lady Fu, I still have forces to deploy. We were in need of extra hands, and the Stellaron Hunters were kind enough to bring us together with the Astral Express. How could I look the other way?
Let me guess, more errands?
The General's smiling again. Definitely errands. It's my fault. I had higher expectations of the General.
Oh, so you did short snack.
Please, we can't keep getting them to do everything for us. Since when did we run out of people on the Law Fu?
Someone who actually understands logic.
Why are you staring at me? Do I need to remind you, General, that the Ambrosial Arbor's access point is a closely guarded secret? Allowing Outworlders would be...
A violation of the rules and regulations. I would like to remind you, Lady Fu, that the Xianzhou comes before its rules and regulations, all the more so in times of crisis. As such, I'm about to make a decision that runs counter to those rules and regulations. Oh, decisions plural. What a rare pleasure.
Not often you get to break the rules.
Lady Fu, I hereby issue you with the military tally. The Cloud Knights will be under your control. You will act in concert with the other forces in the approach to the Ambrosial Arbor through the Alchemy Commission delve.
under... my control?
You've been eager to discover for yourself what it is to be a general, have you not?
You've never given me the opportunity, and now suddenly... Understood. As you wish.
As for our astral friends, I hereby formally welcome you all to join our operation to seal the Stellaron.
Well, at least we'll be doing it with
Lady
military
Fu will
backing.
deploy the Cloud Knights,
And
but I
not
would like you to set off
undergrounders
in
with no
advance.
consent.
Take a shortcut through the Artisanship Commission and convene with Lady Fu further down the line.
Orders received, General.
This is no order, honored guests. I'm merely stating what needs to be done should you wish to help us.
You've never really seen us as outsiders, huh?
Miss Tingyun, I would like you to continue to serve as a guide for our astral friends.
Damn, you get to witness this too?
Oh, of course, General. I am duty-bound.
You get to witness the most historic thing, bro. You get to go to a place that no other human has been. Wood sprouts and fates tilt the scheme.
A step forward bridges no distance hence. The hexagram was right.
How the hell would it have been wrong?
The Ambrosial Arbor was felled thousands of years ago. Now it returns to life. The future of the Xianzhou is difficult to define.
Kafka escaped. I mean, I know you will.
I had long anticipated it.
Yeah.
Huh? She's not angry? Is there anyone that isn't 2 steps ahead of us around here?
Literally, both
Pursuing
parties
Kafka
we're
is a
fighting
waste of
can
time
see the
and
future in
effort.
March.
The Matrix of Prescience informed me of her innocence. Our priority is the Ambrosial Arbor.
I'm guessing our character with the Stellaron on her chest is eventually going to be able to see the future.
From the time the Stellaron corrosion began to spread until now, the only reports we've received on the Alchemy Commission have come from alchemists and doctors stationed in other delves. The Alchemy Commission is where the Xianzhou's medical research and production take place. However, due to its proximity to the Ambrosial Arbor's seal, I'm afraid the Stellaron spheres may have plunged it into a deeper crisis than we first feared. To make matters worse, the General suspects there are traitors in the Alchemy Commission. The self-proclaimed disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been plotting this for a long time. And now they're using the location to their advantage. I must take action as soon as possible.
Oh yeah. Ciao, how you doing?
Ooh, that was scary. I was having a snack in the repository when the Ambrosial Arbor started to grow. The trunk suddenly shot right up into the sky. So, the legends were right all along. Such is life, full of surprises. That's why you gotta seize any opportunity to take a break. Who knows when trouble will come knocking at your door?
Truly a different outlook on life.
It'll be fine. Even if the sky collapses, we have the Master Diviner with us to hold it up. Oh, and now we have the General here too. What do subordinates like us have to panic about? Let the big shots worry about the big events. That's the secret to happiness.
True 4-star fashion.
She did. She saw me on her way over. She told me to go to the repository and read up on anything related to the Ambrosial Arbor.
But she recognizes that you're a hidden
task
genius.
like that is only 15 minutes work for me. I heard people say even the General has to watch his manners when asking you for help. Pretty impressive. I don't have much to offer you. Here, take this book. It's the thought that counts.
Thanks.
I was gonna wait for the Master Diviner to get off work so I could show you around and teach Mr. Yang how to play Celestial Jade.
Look at that.
Your kindness is much appreciated, Miss Qingzhe. As for Celestial Jade, we'll have to leave it for next time.
What a nice gambling ground.
I know. You've got an important task ahead. Sorry to keep you. Priorities are priorities. Well then, get back safely. Remember to come find me in Exalting Sanctum.
I like her. She's like a fun character. I'm older than you. How do you feel? You get to do everything, bro. You get to work with...
I might be relieved of my guiding duties once the Divination Commission affair was over.
No, now you get to charge head first into the most sacred area
I
and
thought
fight
the
a
General
war.
would take such a liking to you. I suppose I must accompany you further. Fates can be so unpredictable.
Yeah. Like 2 peas in a dangerous pod, foxy lady.
You have quite the sense of humor, benefactors. I've encountered more trouble with you than I have with the merchant fleet in 10 years. I just hope everything is smooth sailing from now on. Please look after me.
And now we have to look after you, because you're going to a war zone.
I understand. The LeFou is in danger, and members of the Sixth Commission should stand united. You did save my life at Cloudford. Consider this my returning the favor. The General said there are traitors aboard the ship.
Well, you should be well aware of that.
Only someone from the Six Commissions could bring the Stellaron into the Xianzhou undetected, let alone plant it within the Ambrosial Arbor. I am saying nothing of the sort. Just raising a doubt, that's all. Please. You want to leave straight away? Let me pack some things. I'll be right there.
Like a gun, bro. Where's March 7th and Welt? Is anyone we don't get to talk to them?
If it
map, not sure at all. No, March 7th and well. How about you, General? You got anything to say?
The Alchemy Commission and Scale Gorge Waterscape delves are adjacent to the Ambrosial Arbor Seal. I'd like you to investigate these places.
What exactly is it?
It is an ancient artifact that was planted on the Xianzhou Lafu by Yaoshe, the Eon of Abundance.
Where's the Eon?
It has the power to shape life and subdue death at will. The ancestors of the Lafu people consumed the fruits of the Ambrosial Arbor and gained endless lifespans, thus becoming long-life species.
Ah, sounds like an amazing treasure.
Yeah, I didn't realize what it was and all the details.
It was also the bane of everything to come. As outsiders, you are unfamiliar with the history of the Xianzhou. I cannot blame you for asking a question like this. Let me tell you a story. Long ago, before the Xianzhou took to the skies, our ancestors lived on the surface of a planet. Like all of you, the Xianzhou people at that time were a mortal species with a lifespan of fewer than 100 years. There was a time when the ruling emperor could not bear his temporary existence, or the thought of his life's achievements being lost to another after his death. He became fixated on acquiring an elixir of immortality, and focused his power on constructing a fleet of 9 ships. These ships would voyage into deep space, where traces of gods were rumored to exist.
Did he succeed?
During the Arbor's here, yeah.
Yes. And no. He succeeded because, after an arduous journey, the 9 ships eventually witnessed the manifestation of a god. Yaoshe's appearance provided for all manner of unfathomable celestial blessings. However, he failed because the fleet has been lost ever since, and has never been able to return to its home planet.
That doesn't sound so bad. The Xianzhou people went on a great adventure and got what they wanted in the end. Right?
Oh. Our ancestors once thought so too, but the miracle of longevity was nothing more than a vain dream. Take the Lafu, for example. Immortality seemed like a beautiful thing. But what followed was population expansion and diminishing resources. In the struggle for survival, the immortals lost their humanity and degenerated into mere beasts. After paying the price with blood and tears, the Lafu people finally understood that immortality was not a free blessing, but the beginning of a cruel ordeal. In the eras that followed, other beings that had likewise received Yaoshe's blessings repeatedly attacked the Xianzhou in an attempt to take the sacred artifact as their own. Countless atrocities were committed as a result. Many Xianzhou comrades who were lucky enough to survive the wars became stricken with Mara, a condition that immortals are susceptible to.
Erosion.
Had it not been for the enlightenment and protection of the Rainbow Arbiter, the Xianzhou alliance you see today would never have existed.
Who the fuck's the
At
Rainbow
this
Arbor?
point in the story, I assume you understand the disasters that the resurrection of the Ambrosial Arbor might bring about?
Well, it's back now, so.
Thousands of years have passed since the Rainbow Arbiter felled the Ambrosial Arbor. Most in the Xianzhou regard the arbor
the
as
Aeon's
nothing
calling
more
the
than the
Rainbow Arbor,
stump of a dead tree. Only those familiar with our history and the ancient texts know of its origin. Our ancestors placed the stump in full view of the people precisely to make it seem unimportant. But in fact, they sealed it behind layers upon layers of delve enchantment. Even if one travels toward the Ambrosial Arbor, one will never reach it. Someone brought a Stellaron into the Xianzhou and planted it among the roots of the Ambrosial Arbor. They wish to resurrect it and achieve their hidden goal through external aggression.
So they bypassed all your
In my
doubts.
opinion, the force that provided the Stellaron and the force that activated it have different objectives.
Interesting.
I have asked Fu Xuan to open a shortcut to the Divination Commission for you.
Alright, Miss Fu Xuan.
A step forward bridges no distance hence.
Enough
The
of this
ambrosial
dialogue.
arbor was... From the time the Stellaron corrosion began to spread until now, the only reports we've received on the Alchemy Commission have come from alchemists and doctors stationed in other delves. The Alchemy Commission is where the Xianzhou's medical research and production take place. However, due to its proximity to the ambrosial arbor's seal, I'm afraid the Stellaron spirits may have plunged it into a deeper crisis than we first feared.
Jeez.
To make matters worse, the General suspects there are traitors in the Alchemy Commission. The self-proclaimed disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been plotting this for a long time. And now they're using the location to their advantage. He really is a delegator at heart, isn't he?
No.
There isn't much distance between the artisanship and alchemy commissions. I'm afraid the former is likely also facing imminent catastrophe. The star skiff is ready. I will lead the way.
Let's roll. Damn, bro, for a short bitch, you going fast. A lot of dialogue. Genshin style.
I still have important tasks from the General to attend to. Go carefully, all of you.
We'll link up with the army with you. Acting General.
Wait! Master Diviner! Can you divine our fortunes for us? Is there anything we need to watch out for? No need. My Omniscia has seen that your journey will be auspicious. Everything will proceed smoothly.
Oh, you already know how the journey ends.
Are you sure? You don't need to use a crazy device or do more finger counting?
Yeah, I'm sure it's something we can't manage.
Well
anyways.
said. Thank you for your assurance, Master Diviner. Onward.
But again, like I said, Elio, he was able to see multiple futures and choose one. The Diviner sees futures. It's assured.
What's the delay? Don't believe me? Fine. Fate is fickle. Better to believe in yourself than look to the sky.
Thank you.
Look at all the people gathered here. Not a good day for commuting on the LaFu. The Artisanship Commission Delve should have suspended operations after the Stellaron corrosion began. Why haven't these people taken star skiffs to safety?
I really need to start stopping the videos like here and then starting them the other place.